I am back, guys, and don't mind the background noises. It's some noisemakers stuff to keep my daughter relaxed and asleep. And you guys know I just read these live and keep these low budget because that way I probably won't get sued for copyright infringement. Anyways, let's continue where we were. Actually, I'm gonna turn this down just a little. Round 31, Rivals, the Ryu Sagat rematch. Through science and technology, through the psycho drive, my master, and my master of psycho power has far exceeded anything my old teacher ever could have imagined. Your meager soul power tricks are insignificant in comparison, but why not experience it for yourself? You did not think this was over, did you, Bison? Our fates are still interwoven. My fate is my own. You are dead, Rose. There is nothing left you can do. Make sure that I have my mic going through. Check, check. Yeah, it is, okay. It is, okay. Later, you gotta be kidding me. You really want me to go through with this fight? I have been very displeased with your recent performance and have grown weary of bailing you out. I want you to show me that you can at least keep up with Killer B to be worthy enough to be at my side. Have your way, boss. Just don't blame me if I break her. You know I like to play rough. Commencing countermeasures. You think that could hurt me? Vulnerability determined. Engaging. Get that weak stuff out of here. Buffalo head. Initiating evasive maneuvers. I've had enough of you scurrying around like a Metro City cockroach. I'm finishing this. Engaging offensive sequence. Cannon strike. I have been left down doubly disappointed. With Ken Masters having left the tournament early, it appears it is up to Ryu to beat Sagat if I am to face any challenger at all. Later. So tell me, how are the new recruits faring? They're doing well. There were some tough nuts to crack, but the mind can only take so much before it succumbs to the treatment. By morning, the recruits should be fully functional. Harnessed correctly, psycho power is extremely persuasive. Good, get back to work and keep me updated. Of course, Commander Bison, sir. Nothing. It was nothing. The next day, the day has arrived at last. The day you attempt to get your revenge? No. Perhaps the Sagat of old would have seen it in that light. But I have learned much since then. Today, I'm glad to finally face the worthiest of all my challengers. The only to ever defeat me in a fair and honorable rematch. For that alone, I am glad. As am I. Good luck to you, Sagat, and to you, Ryu. Your abilities have grown, Ryu. You have also gotten stronger, Sagat, but not enough to keep me from winning this fight. Don't judge me just yet. There is still a lot I have to show you. Tetsumatsu-san, you've gotten better, but it looks like you still haven't shaken some bad habits. Sure you can, and you are predictable. My mind has replayed the moment you scarred me a million times. Did you think I wouldn't see this technique from a mile away? Or have devised a counterattack? Tiger genocide. It is done. Far from it. If you don't have the sense to know when to give up, I will make the decision for you. I can't lose, not yet. Not before Akuma shows himself. Tiger, Senku Hadouken. Amazing. Good fight. Ryu, thank you for a great battle. It seems that I still have much learning and training to do. Goodbye. Perhaps the outcome will be different when we meet next. I look forward to it. Well done, Ryu. I am pleased you did not let me down. That spark I saw in you the last tournament has not diminished. Perhaps it was inevitable that I would see you in the final match after you have lost. Perhaps it was inevitable that I would see you in the final match. After you have lost, you and your abilities will be the crown jewel of my special arsenal of elite soldiers. Your power will be mine. What makes you think I'd be so willing to be your lackey? I can be very convincing. Just ask some of your colleagues. They will tell you how convincing I can be. Ken, bastard, what'd you do to him? After showing him how to unlock his true potential through psycho power, he was eager to offer me his services. Correct, Mr. Masters? Awaiting your orders, Commander Bison, sir. Whatever you did to him, you're going to undo it after I've beaten you and dragged your face across this arena. Come at me with everything you've got, Bison. Come at me now. As you wish. Psycho Crusher. Boss battle. Psycho Crusher. Ryu, you are finally ready. Akuma. Who dares to interrupt me? Akuma, at last you've shown yourself. Akuma, whoever you are, what interest you have in my soon-to-be newest soldier? Ryu is mine. You would do well not to interfere. Unfortunately for you, I have my own plans for him. Is that the limit of your abilities? My psycho power knows no limits. I sense that you also possess the Satsu no Haru energy that my scientists have been searching for. Its power is abundant in you, perhaps even more so than in Ryu. With you and Ryu at my command, Shadowloo will be unstoppable. With the combined might of both Satsu no Haru and psycho power, I will dominate any who challenge my role. Your desire for the power to conquer this world is amusing but pathetic. You have no comprehension of the Satsu no Haru's true value. Allow me to teach you. After you have succumbed to my psycho power, you will see it is you who will do the learning. Bison is completely distracted, and his men are in disarray. This might be my only chance to save Delta Red. Killer Bee, what are you doing? This is not Killer Bee. It's Cammy. I do not think Cammy's too concerned about blowing her cover anymore. Cammy, over here. I assume you have a plan. While Bison's occupied, we've got to spring Delta Red and destroy the Psycho Drive. If the Psycho Drive is taken out, I could radio the carrier that's waiting at the outer edge of Shadowloo's territories. But I thought you didn't have access to the Psycho Drive chamber. If it's got a microchip, Ginzu can crack it. He'll know what to... halt. You will remain here until Bison has decided what to do with you. I'll handle them. Go free Delta Red and get to the Psycho Drive. I'll catch up to you. Alright, take care of yourself. Sorry, guys, but we've got an evil empire to take down. See how it grabs there? What the hell do you think that shaking was? A tremor? Maybe this whole island is being maybe a tremor. Maybe this whole island is one big active volcano. Kiyokoshi. You're a sight for sore eyes, Agent Chen-Li. What's the exit plan? There's a carrier waiting, but we can't radio it until the Psycho Drive is destroyed. Ginzu Kanzi told us that you'd be able to get us in the Psycho Drive chamber. I'll see what I can do. Alright, Ginzu, do what you do and open those blast doors. They're too thick for us to try to open by force. I can't get them open. The security's too strong. Too strong. But I have managed to crack the Psycho Drive satellite targeting system. If I point the satellite reflector down, just straight down, do it. It's done. I suggest we start running. System overload. Evacuate all personnel. System overload. Evacuate all personnel. This is Commander Guile. Do you read? We read you. What's your situation? We've taken down the jamming, cloaking, and main defensive systems, but the entire island's being destabilized in the process, and we need immediate extraction. Roger. What the? Where am I? How did we get here? Chun-Li and Guile. They've done it. What the? The psycho drive. No, my psycho power. Fool. I have perfected the way of the fist and mastered the manipulation of the Satsu no Hado through my relentless will and training. Your strength is derived from technology and toys. You are no fighter. You are nothing. Killer Bee. Even if this body is destroyed, my soul will live on through you. It's time for you to fulfill your purpose. It's time for our shared souls to rest. Impossible. It's time for us to die. No, it's my destiny to rule the world. Your destiny ends today. Shangoku Satsu. This is the U.S. Navy. The island is destabilized and we are evacuating immediately. The cavalry has arrived. Come on, we're getting out of here before the whole island erupts. Come on, Ken. I don't want to explain to my sister-in-law how I left you to get swallowed up by a volcano. Ryu, forget about Akuma. We've got to get out of here. He's not worth dying for. My place is here, Ken. Eliza needs you, and your future son needs you. Go ahead without me. I am going to see this through to the end, even if it costs me my life. The final round. Several years ago, your training is almost complete, Ryu, but there is a final test that I cannot prepare for you. A test? It is a test by which every warrior is ultimately measured. You've never spoken of this test before, Master Goyoken. What is it? I can tell you what it is not. It is not a test of strength, speed, or agility. No one can know what it is but you. When will I know? There is a single moment in every warrior's life that defines who he is. In that moment, a single decision is made that is the sum of everything he has learned throughout his life. When the time comes to make the final choice, you will know that the time to be tested has come. I still have a lot to learn, Master. What if I fail? Whatever the outcome, I know you will not disappoint me. I have waited long enough. I am making you pay for Master Goyoken's death. Here and now. Good. I want to see exactly how much avenging him means to you. If this is all you have, I will be gravely disappointed. Give me a second. Show me that I did not make a mistake in sparing your life when we last met. Your only mistake is underestimating me. Setsu Senpai Yakdoka. You have improved, but you are still holding back. Your attack still lacks the killing intent that would unlock their full potential. If you are looking for vengeance, why are you still fighting with restraint? Allowing oneself to be controlled by negative motive is an emotion, is a weakness. Fighting with restraint is true strength. If you still believe that you are as weak and hopeless as your master. Disappointing. You are no stronger than Goyoken was. Have you not realized that you can be so much more than he was if you simply give in to the Satsu no Hado? Are you as blind and prideful as he was when I put him out of his misery? Akuma, I can feel it welling within me. I can feel it in my feet and fists. I've only tasted the dark energy in small measures before, but for the first time I can feel its full potential. With this power I could destroy anyone who challenged me, even Akuma. The power of the Satsu no Hado is mine if I want it. No! I'd rather die than betray Master Goyoken, Akuma. I'd rather die than become like you. I do not feel hate for you anymore, Akuma, only pity. How dare you? How dare you show me mercy? If you have truly chosen to squander the power of the Satsu no Hadu, you are no use to me. I'm sorry, Master, I failed you. So, this is the choice you have made. Yes. Then prepare to rejoin your master. Master Gyoken, you did not fail, Ryu. In fact, you passed your test and succeeded as well as I could have hoped. Impossible. I am proud of you, and I know that someday you will surpass even me. Gyoken. Goodbye, Ryu. Master. Master Gyoken. We all must one day face the time of our inevitable death, Ryu. But for you, today is not that day. Ryu, what happened? You're on Giles' aircraft carrier. Dawson brought you back just in time, too. I'd say Shadowloo Island's property value just took a significant hit. So what happened to Ryu? Did you beat a... I saw him, Ken. I saw Master Goyo... Hong Kong 1 month later. So do you think you're ready to close the file? Yes, Chief. I've been doing some follow-up work on the principal parties involved and believe it's time for us to turn to the next page. Many of the fighters simply returned to their regular lives as if nothing happened. Zangief went back to wrestling whatever large mammals he could get his hands on in Siberia. Honda rejoined his students, pushing them to continue his legacy in the ring and raise the stature of sumo throughout the world. DJ returned to his happy-go-lucky lifestyle in Jamaica, continuing to develop his unique blend of martial arts and music. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Come on, little baby girl. Ooh. Okay. DJ returned to his happy-go-lucky lifestyle in Jamaica, continuing to develop his unique blend of martial arts and music. And Dalsum returned to his temple in India. He's probably meditating on some profound philosophical challenge at this very moment. What would you like for dinner tonight, dear Alu, Gabi, or Paneer Makhani? A moment, Sadi. I must meditate on this. Other fighters had a homecoming of sorts. Ma, son, I knew it was you. Blanca and his long-lost mother recently had a tearful reunion when he was featured on a news report, and she recognized him as the son she had lost in a plane crash over Brazil many years earlier. Meanwhile, T-Hawk and the doll agents he set out to rescue have returned to his homeland in Mexico to rebuild the Thunderfoot tribe. Other fighters left the tournament with a sense of renewed optimism and the hope for a new beginning. Fei Long finally pursued his dream of opening his own martial arts school, and by last count, he's already amassed over 100 students. Cammy, meanwhile, is truly free for the first time in her life now that the psychodrive is history, and she's taking full advantage of it. Delta Red, let's go! This freedom has manifested itself in a newfound enthusiasm for her work in Delta Red as she lives every day to its fullest. I hear she's already up for a promotion. What happened to the fighters? What happened to the fighters after the tournament is all very interesting. But what about Shadowloo? What about its leadership? Unless Bison discovered a way to come back from the grave, he will no longer be a concern for us. As for the other bosses, Sagat was last seen in the wild, going into a wild jungle in Thailand, a sort of self-imposed seclusion to train for the next big tournament. He seems to have turned over a new leaf, but you can never tell. Balrog, having emptied many of the Shadowloo coffers after Bison's death, has been too busy spending his money to be any threat to the world. He's no leader. Vega, while twisted and dangerous, is far too vain and self-absorbed to run an operation as big as Shadowloo. He has returned to amusing himself and bloody underground cage fights, but we have been keeping tabs on him. Essentially, the remnants of Shadowloo are leaderless and powerless. So what you're saying is Shadowloo is over. In my opinion, this case can be closer. Your father will be proud, Chun-Li. Thanks, you. That means a lot. So now that you've achieved your ultimate goal, do you intend to on retiring from the force? I'd hate to lose an officer as irreplaceable as you. No, I think there are many battles left to fight, and I'm ready to fight them for Interpol. I don't think I could live without the excitement. That's a relief. How about your American partner? Is he going to keep working with you? He seemed like a valuable resource. He's taking a well-deserved break to take care of what's really important to him. San Francisco. Mom, Dad, how do you expect me to be a flower girl in this? Relax, sweetie. Go to your room and Mommy will adjust it for you in a second. Okay, after all, it's going to be my day too. I can't believe my sister's wedding is right around the corner. All that's left is for the groom to get his butt back to America and everything will be all set. The groom? Where's that surfer dude off to this time? He's off to pick up the best man in Japan. You know how hard he is to get a hold of sometimes. Goyokin's dojo. Ken, the one and only. Nice work on the sign, dude. It was long overdue, especially now that I'm getting a fresh start. The vengeance business didn't suit you anyways. No, it didn't. Now I am training to better myself. And nothing more. Just as Master would have wanted. Speaking of Master Goyokin, I've got to ask you, what was that you said on the boat? You said you saw him. I couldn't see clearly, and I was inhaling a lot of smoke. I don't really know what I saw anymore. It could have been him, right? Yeah, that'd be a little too crazy. Regardless, I won one for him that day. I might not have beat Akuma, but I won. I hope this doesn't mean your fighting days are over. Why did you want to have a rematch before you got married? Why do you think I came dressed this way? Anytime you want, I'm game. The end. Well, this alright. Maybe we'll read Darkstalkers. I've got the Darkstalkers comics in this set. And I got Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers too. And I have those two Street Fighter 4 ones. And I think I got those Street Fighter Unlimited ones. Anyways, we'll read something else. Thank you guys for letting me share. Thank you for letting my baby chill. I'll catch you later.